something like 25, 26 teams were within spending a couple $1 million of the salary cap the last couple of years. That's not going to be the case. So there will be more money for the best guys to take more money, I think, in the future. And I think there'll be less pressure on guys to take less. Now, Florida's a different animal because they're jammed up against it. They got a ton of great guys. They're trying to be a dynasty. But I do think, Kip, that there will be less pressure on guys to sacrifice in the years ahead.
So there was a lot of talk that if Marchand was going to leave Florida, there might have been a couple other teams that were knocking on the door with more money. We believe that the Leafs were in around $8 to $9 million for 4 years for Marchand. That's the feeling like a lot of people that I've talked to.
A lot of money leaving the table. If they were going to give him 9, he took 5.
Well, he got 6 years, right? So
which also, by the way, this contract should immediately land him in trouble.
Goes to 43 years of age.
When's the last time a 43-year-old forward played in the NHL? Yager limped his way around at 43. Is there another one? Gordie Howe?
But Corey Perry's proving that he can knock on the door.
Is Perry older than 40?
I had to listen all...
He'll be turning 41 this year, would he not?
So he's 40. He just turned 40.
Okay, so he's going to be under contract at 41. So
Marchand,
how far is 41 to 43?
Perry $5 million for 3 years right now?
I have to say, I had to listen to how sketchy of a contract the Chris Tanev was one from every reporter. And that's a sketchy one. Let's keep an eye on that. And then Marchand, they're like, good job, Zito. What a wizard Zito is.
For Marchand, that contract's illegal.
Illegal.
Not a chance
that's
to play that up.
Ilya Kovalchuk with the devil style.
Yeah.
But if Marchand would have signed a much bigger, shorter-term contract in Toronto, would it have been accepted, or would it have been, hold on for a second, why are we're glorifying these guys for taking less now, and this guy comes in and scoops it all up? But
it's fair point.
But is he?
It's a fair point.
I didn't want it. I said it yesterday.
Is he exempted because of the status as a Stanley Cup champion and a guy that they needed desperately to hold Austin Matthews' hand?
I totally think that's a hypothetical you can't even play out.
Yeah.
Because it's, if that's what he did, he wouldn't be Brad Marchand. It would be shocking for a guy like him who's cared about winning so much to do that. And I'd have been like, well, this isn't good. That extra money, those savings is gone on a third liner. I wouldn't have loved that. So 43 years old.
That's a joke.
5.25.
It's an illegal contract. And every single reporter's like, Bill Zito, the wizard, at it again. It's like,
hand it over, Jim Nill.
Yeah, he's just like, I'll sign them. I'll sign them all. I don't care. Give them 8 years. I don't care. I'll sign them all. God, I can't stand it. Drives me crazy.
Good Zito.
Thank you.
So as we speak, the networks, TSN and Sportsnet, battling it out on free agent frenzy.
What are we doing?
Oh, God. We're
doing.
If you're here with us now,
we're doing the same thing they're doing, but it's just the three of us. We get to talk a lot more than their shows.
We also get to just throw stuff at the wall. It's, this is not reporting. We're just talking about it here.
So you go ahead.
I was just kind of wrapping up the bow on Marner. And I guess we kind of talked about the legacy thing and how he'll be recepted or whatever. But just how much of this situation, blame pie. Blame pie here on Mitch Marner's side of things and on the management in terms of the decisions that they made. Where do you see it here? Because I think there's a lot of blame to go around, and letting him walk out the door for Nick Waugh, who's a good player and whatever, but that being the return when you see trade rumors that it could have been Rantanen or Shea Theodore or all these different guys. Did he want to be here for an extended period? How long was this, not tampering, but how long did he have a foot out the door? I'm having a tough time with the timelines here.
Yeah, probably all season.
But I don't think it's unusual for guys.
Nobody wakes up a week before this or 2 weeks and goes, now is my time. And Tavares went through the same thing with the Island. And you know how I feel about that, is that, you used to be able to get away with bald-faced lying.
He didn't get away with it.
Oh, he definitely didn't get away with it.
No, but he did. But he did get away with it up until it was announced. right?
Yeah, because people.
Oh no,
'cause
he's
people thought he was gonna stay.
Everybody thought he was going to stay. He insinuated that he wanted to stay, and he's not the only one. In the past, a lot of free agents just did whatever they did to buy time. Mitch never did that, though. He never did that.
Absolutely, he did. He said he wanted to stay 100 times.
No, he did not. Not during the season. Not during the season. The only thing they said, Darren Ferris went on record saying we're gonna play it out. We're gonna go to July 1st.
Yeah.
So T leaves. I had always said that, is there a chance he could change his mind? I'll give anybody the benefit of the doubt to change their mind in the last second. I really thought if there was a chance that they could go to a conference final or Stanley Cup final, and he had great success, that he could find a way to stay. But I also said on record, I told you guys that if he signed for $13 million times 8 in February or March, and they lost like this again, where they were thoroughly embarrassed in 5 or 7, that guy can't leave the house.
Yeah.
After he just signed 13-8, and then where is he?
Yeah.
But if he doesn't take a full no move clause or whatever, you could potentially get traded out of here or whatever. But it would have been more. I guess it ended up being the same thing. I guess kind of, but I don't know. Because I think the great sliding door moments for me, and I know we're going back here, but I mean, everybody's watching the other show anyway. So, but the summer where Dubas left, and there was that week after they got put out bitterly in 5 games against the Florida Panthers, and there was the week there, which was one of the wilder weeks ever when Dubas comes out and does that press conference. It's like, I gotta look out what's best for my Family, and Shanahan fires him, does the press conference. Brad Treliving comes in, and all within that 2-week stretch or 3-week stretch, that was the last opportunity to move Marner without a full no-move clause. And for Brad Treliving to come in here and be like, it's a fresh set of eyes, that stretch right there, for me, was the turning point. Like, don't you think Dubas probably would have tried to trade him at that point?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
Like Kipper, I mean, I don't know. I could be talking out of my, what.
Yeah, I think they had valued what he brought, and this was a team that was still doubling and tripling down, and they could not trade their best two-way forward.
Yeah.
They just couldn't.
So then a lot of it was Shanahan's, like his dream to keep all 4 together and have that plan work. I'm trying to look for answers here. Why he never got traded?
I think so. I think Brendan was in so deep on the belief of these 4 guys and needing to fail multiple times, and we all heard the stories, how many times it took Ovechkin, how many times it took
Stevie Y.
Yeah. And these guys are just going through the process, and I'm all in on these guys.
Okay. And I think if you're Brad Treliving, you come in and you have a Mitch Marner, you don't want to suddenly not have a Mitch Marner.
I think
the fresh set of eyes actually hurt them as opposed to helping them.
Yes.
I think the one thing